Namaskar. Today I, Shatarupa Mishra, Joint Director, Publicity, Directorate of Public Relations, Publications and Publicity, CBDT, New Delhi, welcome you to yet another episode in this special Samvaad series on the new income tax forms. Committed to enhancing the ease of compliance for taxpayers and streamlining processes, the Income Tax Department has introduced as part of this endeavor new and simplified forms under the Income Tax Rules 2026, which would be operative from 1st April 2026 onwards. The simplified forms will benefit taxpayers, deductors, and the department alike, fostering a more efficient and compliant tax ecosystem. Though all forms have undergone the above mentioned changes, for the purpose of this taxpayer information series, we have taken the key forms that have been found to be either the most frequently used forms or the forms which have undergone business process re-engineering. In this episode, we shall be discussing the form which is used for application for allotment of permanent account number to Indian citizens and entities in India. To explain the changes that have been made in this form, we have with us here today Srimati Gudrun Nehar Madam, IRS, presently posted as ADG Systems in the Directorate of Systems. She is an officer of the Indian Revenue Service Income Tax Department of the 2005 batch, having experience of more than 20 years across many verticals. Madam was part of the drafting committee of the Income Tax Rules 2026 with regard to the changes in the forms. Madam will explain to us about the significant changes that have been made to the erstwhile form number 41A. Namaskar, Madam. Thank you for joining us today in this session on the application for allotment of permanent account number to Indian citizens and entities in India in this special Samvaad series on the changes related to this form. Namaskar, ma'am. We welcome you to this episode of Samvaad. Ma'am, who should file the forms and how should they apply for it?
Any person or entity who is required to file income tax return or intends to engage in specified financial transactions as per income tax rule, they should apply for PAN.
Ma'am, this brings me to my next question, that how can they apply for PAN?
The applications for PAN, they can be submitted online by accessing the websites of Protean or UTI TSL, or they can go to PAN centers physically to submit their applications physically, where the applications will be digitized and processed and then submitted. For companies and LLPs, they have to go to MCA portal where they will apply through them. For FPIs, they have to come via SEBI.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, could you tell us how many PAN applications are filed on an average every day?
Perhaps this is the most frequently used form, and approximately around 2 lakhs PAN applications are filed per day. And if we will include change request, because persons they want to update their PAN details, so approximately it will be around 2.5 lakhs applications, including change request applications also.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, what were the major challenges in the erstwhile form number 49A?
This was a single form where individual as well as entities like companies, HUF, firms, they used to file, they used to fill this application for obtaining PAN, because they are different categories, but this was a single form having all the details which were not specifically meant for the specific categories. So in that way the form was very lengthy. Then some informations that were not meant for the specific categories. So everybody used to fill all the details. They have to go through all the details which may not be relevant for them, but then in the present form they have to fill, they have to go through which field is relevant for them, which is not relevant. So in that way it used to take time to fill the form. Many times it used to lead to confusion also, and it used to they used to think that it is a very lengthy and complex form. So because the form was so long, so it used to the process, the filling the forms for digitization and processing used to take time because of such a lengthy form.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, how do the new forms then address these challenges?
They are easy to fill, very simple, and irrelevant details like salutations, abbreviations in name, whether you would like to be known as other names. These are the some irrelevant details that have been removed, and we have made this form in a very structured format. So a person will not require any assistance, and he can read and he can write it because it is in simple terms and very specific to very specific categories, because now we have bifurcated the forms as per the categories. For individuals there is a different form, for other entities there are different forms. So they will be required to fill only specific relevant informations pertaining to them.
Ma'am, what are the new income tax forms that have been introduced under the Income Tax Rules 2026?
Earlier for PAN, everybody, those entities who are formed in India or incorporated in India and individuals, they used to form 49A. It means that the citizens, Indian citizens and entities like Indian companies and entities incorporated in India or formed in India, they used to file this application for obtaining PAN. But with the new income tax rules, this form has been bifurcated into two, and only one form is meant for individuals. They will file one form, and other than individuals, it means the entities like firms, Indian companies, then HUFs, then AOPs, BOI, trust, they will fill another form which is meant for entities.
Ma'am, what is the structure of these new forms that are going to be introduced?
We have the new forms, we have structured like Part A will consist of personal information. Personal information means name, then Aadhaar details, then date of birth, then passport number if it is applicable. These will come under Part A. Then source of income, whether he is salary income, business income or capital gain, or whether even if he doesn't have any income, so it is source of income. Parent details, now in this new forms, father's name and mother's name both are mandatory. They will fill the details. Part E will be representative assessee if it is applicable. Like for those who are minors, they have to obtain PAN by filling the applications, and representative assessee, mostly there will be their parents, they will fill up these informations. Then Part E will be declarations, whatever they are filling the forms, they are true, and they are submitting all the details like what are the proof documents. So it is Part E will be declarations and the form will complete.
Ma'am, our viewers would like to know, since this is a very commonly used form, that what are the new relevant fields that have been added to these new forms?
The new forms captures the residential status of individuals, like whether a person is resident or not ordinarily resident but not ordinarily resident, or non-resident Indians, so as to capture the residential status, so that in future the grievances, so as to minimize the grievances. And we are also adding this passport number for NRI and resident but not ordinarily resident, which is mandatory going forward from 1st April 2026.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, how have the representative assessee or the authorized representative, that is AR details, improved in this form?
In the existing form also there was a provision of RA, but to ensure the genuineness and authenticity of representative assessee, we have strengthened the provisions, like we have made a mandatory requirement of contact details such as mobile number, email, or if he has PAN, if he doesn't possess PAN, then he has to submit Aadhaar. So in a way we can say that he has to give either his PAN or Aadhaar number. Then we are also mandating in the new forms, he has to submit the supporting documents such as proof of identity and proof of address. But this representative assessee details, if it is applicable, representative, not all individuals are required to fill the representative assessee details.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, what are the supporting documents that are required for filing these forms?
The supporting documents required for the new forms for filing these PAN application forms remain the same as it is existing in the present form. This is proof of identity, proof of address, proof of date of birth for individuals, and proof of date of incorporations in case of entities.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, to summarize, what are the key benefits in these new simplified form?
This form is very simple, very structured, very specific. It is very easy to fill. It is very easy to understand. Normal person will not require assistance from others because it is written in simple English. He will write the whatever it is mentioned in the forms. So he can because it is very specific and very relevant. So he will not require any assistance and he will not require the assistance of help desk. Earlier he used to go to other persons or somebody else who knows the Income Tax Act and rule, provisions of Income Tax Act and rule. But with this new forms, it is very simple forms. We are asking, it is like a question answer form. So this is the questions and they will write, okay, this is my name, then you have to fill your name in this form, like first name, middle name, surname, then you have to give your father's name, then you have to give your mother's name. So very specific questions and very specific answers.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, what communication address options are available to the applicants?
The applicant either choose residential address or office address or representative assessee address. So that we are giving a wider options for the individuals who want to obtain PAN either through their residential address. They can ask also, they can fill the office address as a communication address, or if representative assessee is applicable to them, then they can also seek this representative assessee address for any further communications, because mandatory contact details such as email, mobile number, we are also asking from representative assessee as well as individual. This will improve communication accuracy and reduce the risk of impersonation and fraud.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. This is very important information for all those applying for PAN. Ma'am, we would like to know that whether correction is possible in this PAN.
Yes, correction is possible. They want to correct their details or update their details, but they have to fill another form which is correction forms.
Ma'am, my next question is that is there any fee for this PAN?
Yes. The prescribed fee is if they want to avail the online facility, that is through PAN applications through Aadhaar eKYC, they have to pay rupees 66 rupees. And if they have to go to the center or they have to apply through online physical mode, so they have to pay rupees 107.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, our viewers would like to know that are initials allowed in the name in the PAN or what appears on the PAN?
Initials are not allowed.
Okay.
At existing forms, initial are not at all allowed. But going forward from 1st April 2026, we will be allowing initials if the name in Aadhaar contains initials, subject to the conditions that they will they will give their expanded full name along with supporting documents. We are allowing this name in initial because Aadhaar is mandatory. So if the Aadhaar name contains initials, then they have to, because it has to be mandatorily linked for the benefit of the taxpayers, we are allowing initials if Aadhaar name contains initials.
Thank you, ma'am. This is very important information for the PAN applicants that if it is linked to the Aadhaar, then initials are allowed.
Yes, for linkage purpose, we are allowing initials.
Thank you so much for joining us in today's episode of Samvaad.
Thank you.
And guiding our viewers on the important changes to the form for PAN application. We thank you once again, ma'am.
Thank you, Shatarupa. My pleasure.